Where does that come from, do you think?
I think it comes, above all, it comes from the very fact that European politicians and European journalists have failed Europe. They have failed the Jewish community in Europe. They have failed the LGBTQ community in Europe. They have done everything to dismantle any sense of harmony and community in Europe. The fact that, like a country like Sweden, that in the past 25 years, they have imported more than 2 million people. The vast majority of them come from dysfunctional countries where the status quo is to hate Jews, to hate LGBTQ people, we have an honor culture where we kill women who, take off their hijab, and it's not a fringe extremist. This is something that we struggle with in the Middle East. It is something that my family and liberal Arabs get silenced and killed for trying to speak against. So this is an extreme and hostile culture that we need to fight against. We need to educate against. We need to eradicate the culture of violence and extremism and extreme religious interpretation that exists in every school and in every mosque in most countries in the Middle East. So it is disheartening to see that Europe, and especially countries like Sweden, where liberalism and freedom of speech are something that is so respected and so admired, but when it comes to migration from the Middle East, they believe that people who come from there are just going to automatically become Swedish. And that is not the case that is happening. We see how anti-Semitism in Sweden is flourishing. Like in a city like Malmo, where more than 2,000 Jews used to live, today there are barely any because of mass migration from Muslim countries. And this is something that Swedish journalists and Swedish politicians have been covering and lying about. And today they have a very stupid tactic of trying to pretend like, no, but we never silenced people who spoke about these things. What are you talking about? When literally every journalist or opinion builder that has been trying to speak up about these issues have been called far right and Nazi and racist.